Hey guys, you know what? I am so sick of this MOC. I'm sick of how the rebels are over here and the Empire is over here. Why is the Falcon here? Why isn't the Falcon out there? And what if General Veers was like, I am sick of Vader choking out my friends? So since I'm so sick of it, I'm gonna do something about it right now. Okay, I feel so much better now. Yeah, this is right. This is how it should have been. Yep, the Falcon has joined the Empire, and General Veers, UCS AT-AT, has joined the rebellion. Yep, this is how it should have been. Empire Strikes Back was stupid that it didn't do this. Yeah, I can see a few logistical problems here with the UCS AT-AT inside of Echo Base. I think it would have probably broken right through the ceiling. Yep. It really has a good shot at the shield generator from right there. And the Millennium Falcon in the ground assault, yeah, that's kind of dumb. So, but I think we're going to leave it like this. What do you guys think? I think this is how we're going to just keep it from this point forward. You guys always want UCS stuff on the MOCs, so we're going to leave it like, no, we're not. So this week it is time for the Tauntaun pen, and in order to do the Tauntaun pen, I gotta take this Millennium Falcon out of here because I can't even get back in there and put down Tauntaun gates and some features like a little Tauntaun watering hole and a Tauntaun kibble bin. I think that's what Tauntauns eat, is kibble. So first things first, I gotta get this Millennium Falcon out of here. Don't worry, Falcon. You'll be back. I could take you all out! Set it safely there on Assistant's LEGO Minifigure A Visual History book. Favorite of ours. Alright. Now let's get to Tauntaun pen building. The first thing I am going to do is add features, or Greeble, to the Tauntaun pen. So let's do that. So if you guys remember from last week, we put a little food trough back in there. So as we move towards the front of the Tauntaun pen, before we put the fencing down, I want to put in two features. One is a little like kibble trough right here, and then on the back wall, a little watering trough. And we will tell you how many Tauntauns we're going to put in the pen at the end of the episode, so don't forget to stick around. That's where we put minifigures down, and in this case, Tauntauns. And also, while you're at it, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. So now let's build some Tauntaun features. So going back over to our Tatooine MOC, we have the only real example of a watering trough is the Dewback watering trough. You can see it's some blue translucent bricks with a little gray base. So the Tauntaun one I might want to make a little longer. Maybe not the size of a Dewback, but longer than this. And this feature actually came with the UCS Cantina. So this is kind of a LEGO designed. So I'm going to do something similar in the Tauntaun area. And my friend Tatooine, it's good to see you. Alright, let's take the Tauntaun out of here for the time being. And this little button here is actually going to be some sort of interface for the fence. So I want the trough to start just on the inside of that button. So I'm going to build along here the Tauntaun watering trough. Alright, the first thing I have to decide on the Tauntaun water trough is what color to make the water. So there's this light blue, a dark blue, and then in the new spring pack there is another kind of translucent blue piece. What the crap is that? I have to be honest, I have no memory building that. So anyways, these are kind of the three choices. This kind of metallic translucent blue, it's a little too grayish for me. The light blue, which looks a lot like the ice we have on Hoth. So I am going to go with the darker translucent blue. And this is identical to the translucent blue used in the Tatooine Dewback water trough. Okay, we are going to start with the base plates, and the middle of the trough we will do all white bricks. So when you look down into the blue, the white looks the best as it's see-through, and that's exactly what they used in the UCS cantina for the water. So we will fill out the blue bricks on the top, and I'm kind of using a variety instead of all 1x4 bricks, just to give it a little bit of, looks like there's water flow going on in there. Alright, so there is the interior of the water trough. Now we have to build the container around the outside. And for the main part of the container, I'm going to use these 1x4 slot bricks. These are normally used for things like garage doors and things like that in the police stations, but they also make a nice decorative brick when you want to kind of make a little line decoration around the outside of any sort of container or box. So, and then the ends, I'm going to use these 1x2 slotted or etched, whatever. Use these guys for the ends, and they're both facing the same way. The line's going that way. And then the corners, I'm going to put just plain old 1x1 bricks. Light gray bricks. And again, I am using a mixture of colors just to give it kind of that worn in look, because you know it's kind of dirty on Hoth. Then the trough itself will be these 1x2 L pieces, I guess, or I don't know what you call these. I'm just going to call them L pieces, because if you look at them this way, they're shaped like an L. And we're having them face in towards the trough. And we'll put these all the way around. And then in the corners, we're going to use these little pie-shaped pieces, and they're darker gray just to give it a little bit of variation. I'm going to have them facing in, so it curves right around the corner. Just a nice textured look. Gorgeous. All right, so there is our taun trough. Now let's go put this on the board. All right. I'm going to put this as far back as it will go into the taun pen, because we have to have room. We have to have room for other stuff. So there we go. Water trough is in. Next is the food troughs. And very similar to the water trough, we're going to be having some 2x4 plates, and that is the center or the trough part. And then the food itself, I'm just using these 1x4 somewhat textured bricks. That's going to be the food in the trough. I'll call it taun kibble. You can call it whatever you want. Since this is in the movie, I have some flexibility here. There is not really a taun pen, so I can feed them whatever I want. I'm feeding them taun kibble. And then we are going to use these pieces, very similar to the water trough. This is what we used on the ends of the water trough. And then in similar fashion, we are going to put the four corners, varying colorations of light gray. All right, there's the four corners. Now let's put the trough part of the trough, the container. There we go. Just what we wanted, and then we will put the corners on just like the water trough. So there we go. There is the food trough. All right, and the food trough is going to go right inside this wall here. A little hard to see, but it's in there. Next is the gate, but before I put the gate down, which is going to go one stud inside this orange signal on the wall, and it's going to go all the way out to here, I want to put some floor greeble down because the tauns are going to be tromping all in here and tromping up stuff while they're drinking and doing other things, hopefully not mating. So let's cut over to hyperlapse mode, put down some floor greeble. Greeble. All right, next up is the tauntaun gate, how we get the tauntauns in and out. 2 hook pieces at the top and the bottom. Then 2x2 double-sided stud black pieces that are connected by 2 1x2 black pieces. All right, so there is the fence part. See, it opens and shuts. Now the question is, what are we putting here? Well, since it is a powered gate, we're going to put a control panel and a green and red for open and shut, so you can be super lazy in the Star Wars universe. Just press a button and the gate auto opens. And on the inside, just going to put 2 black 1x1 tile pieces, which are probably very hard to see now. So there is our gate. And then on top, just because it's powered, I'm putting in a little vent so it gets some airflow for all that buzzing electricity. Now, that is the primary part of the gate. As it will sit, it is going to need 2 fences, one going this way and one going this way. So now I'm going to build the fences, and these are going to be electric fences. And the reason they're electric is so we can shock the crap out of the tauntauns and actually keep them safe. You don't want them out freezing before they hit the first marker.
Your tauntaun will freeze before the first marker. And
so, again, we're going to use this piece, putting 1x1 studded black bricks with a little bottom on them, and then orange lights to inform anyone coming near the fence that it is electric. And then on the inside, for a semi-decorative, semi-protective measures, we're putting these 1x2 slant pieces. There's the fence. And the slant pieces are so when the tauntauns come near the fence, they don't actually bump it with their nose and electrocute themselves. Then you have fried tauntaun for dinner.
A whole tauntaun carcass and its innards.
And again, we have 2 of these fences, and I'll show you the configuration for how they're going to go on the MOC. There's the gate. The one fence will be here, the other fence here. So let's go put this on the MOC. All right, so let's put the gates down. One there. And I shouldn't call these the gates. These are the electric fences to zap those tauntauns if they get out of control. There's the orange button on the wall that is pressed to zap the holy force right out of the tauntauns. The little fence opens and shuts when you press this button here. Not for real, it's fake. And again, don't forget to stick around to the end of the video as we're going to see how many tauntauns we can get in here. But we have 2 more pieces of greeble that we want to lay down. One is very simple. It's basically a saddle mount. The tauntauns are not going to be in saddles and bridles while they're in the pen. We're going to have the saddle mount nearby. Now, there isn't enough room for all 3 saddles, so I'm just going to have 1 saddle mount, which is this guy. This piece of greeble, we'll lay that down in a second. And then I need a bridle rack, or harness rack. So these are the bridles for the tauntauns. I'm going to use this piece right here as the top part of the rack, and I'll show you how I'm going to build and mount the bridles. So 1x1 cone pieces, and then hooks, and the hooks are going to be facing this way, so the bridles will fit like this into the bridle rack. So let's go put the bridle rack and the saddle stand on the MOC. Alright, first let's lay down the bridle rack, which will be right here. Then the last thing is the saddle mount, which we will stick back in this corner right there. Again, not blocking the gate. So there is the corral, the taun pen, whatever you want to call it. Now it's time for that special part of the video where we put down minifigures, and in this case, minifigure plus taun. First of all, let's talk about how many tauns we're going to have on the MOC and how many will fit in the pen. So this is a flexible tail taun, and I also have 2 hardtail tauns for a total of 3. And the difference between the flexible tail and the hardtail tauns, I don't really know. Kind of weird if you ask me. But anyways, there's another issue with these tauns, is they have this big hole in the middle. That's because the bridles or the reins and the saddles are on racks. And because, you know, we want the tauns to be comfortable when they're in their pen. So we have to fill in this gap here. So with that, it's pretty simple. 1x2 light gray piece and a 1x2 tile. So 1x2 brick, 1x2 tile. There we go. So tauns au naturel. So let's go put these guys in the pen. I hope they all fit. All right, and now the moment of truth. Let's see if we can get all 3 tauns into the pen. It's a pretty small pen. That one, I think this is overcrowding. I think this is probably a PETA violation. All right, let's see if we can get the 3rd taun in there. So they fit barely. All right, so there is the taun pen. I did a little rearranging of the tauns so they're a little more comfortable. You can't even really see the trash can back there with the grass in it. But you can sort of see the food trough, definitely see the water trough. There is the bridle stand and the saddle rack. So we got ourselves a taun pen. Now we have to put a minifigure down. And of course, what good would a taun pen be without a taun keeper? Okay, and here is the taun keeper. And there's really only one accessory that we can give to a taun keeper, and that would be a shovel for the taun do. So let's put the keeper down right there. And he definitely has the best job in Hoth. You know, who wouldn't want that job? All right, the Millennium Falcon is back in place, as is the speeder. It's starting to look a little crowded in there, especially with the tauns and Shoveler Steve there. And like always, when we add new stuff to the board, we have to do a count. So it's time for a taun count. There's 3 back in the pen, 1 over here with Han Solo. Basically, I'll see you in hell. That's what he's saying to those guys. So there is 4 tauns. And as we move down here, there is Luke about to get smashed by the Wampa. So that's the 5th taun. And the 6th taun, where Luke is going into his belly, not coming out of his belly. So a grand total of 6 tauns. I think that's enough tauns. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. But that is going to do it for this video. We hope you liked it. Please subscribe if you did. We are getting close to the end of the Hoth MOC. A few more things to do, including fixing the shield generator. It can't be hanging off like that. So in a future episode, we got to shift that over and build off just above the taun pen, which we did today. But keep on watching. You can join us here each and every Friday. Same time, same channel. I am Leaky Trooper. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out of here. Bye.